Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, this college feminist just got checked by my boy Myron off of Fresh and Fit. Myron has been on a rampage, checking folks left and right. Hit that like button, subscribe. But we finna get straight into the video, man. It's your boy 221. You rockin' me, I rockin' with y'all. Let's get it, let's go.
Deserves less is to encourage men to make women believe they also deserve less.
It's instilling a relationship dynamic where the woman needs to work to get his validation. She's just not going to get it for just existing and having a vagina. She needs to prove herself.
I mean, I think both sides of the relationship need to prove themselves.
But here's the difference. We don't tell that enough to women. That's the issue.
I think it's because
we tell women that they're perfect just the way that they are, and that's a lie. We tell men all the time you need to rise to the occasion. We got standards on men, but we don't put standards on women. No matter how rude, crass, obnoxious they are, how fat they are.
I haven't been here the whole time, so I apologize
Sure.
if this question's been asked before.
Sure.
When you say women deserve less, is that from you or the majority of men, from the world?
I think men need to stop simping on women. I think it's a problem. So when I say women deserve less, what I mean by that is guys need to kind of go into a relationship and make women earn their validation and resources and everything else that comes with being in a relationship.
So I'm confused how women needing to show their worth equals them deserving less.
Well, the thing is that a lot of women are very entitled and they think, oh, I'm just here. You know, I want you to do X, Y, Z. And I need guys to basically understand their value and make women earn that validation, because the problem is, thanks to social media and dating apps and everything else, women have an abundance of options. And if you're just another sucker that's going to be a nice guy and spend your time, resource, energy on her, you're not going to differentiate yourself. So guys need to kind of go into relationships with a little bit more self-respect and give them less, especially up front.
Okay, so the statement women deserves less is to encourage men to make women believe they also deserve less?
Well, I think it's instilling a relationship dynamic where the woman needs to work to get his validation. She's just not going to get it for just existing and having a...
So they still deserve good things, but only if they are good themselves.
They got to earn it, yep.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to. I'm all for men treating women nice and, you know, obviously paying for dates, taking them out, committing to them. I'm all for that, but I think that most women simply don't qualify for that because a lot of women have bad habits. A lot of them are rude, obnoxious, masculine. These are things that guys should be looking out for to avoid.
So what qualities...
Like these women over here, for example.
So what qualities...
Like, that's not ladylike behavior to, like, just yell and heckle on the left-hand side.
So what qualities in a woman would make her deserve what you would consider...
Well, I think that's dependent upon the man. I think, you know, depending on where the guy is and what he's looking for, I think a woman's job is kind of to adhere to his program and get on what he needs done. Because every guy is different, right, on what preferences they have, maybe with the way that she looks versus what she provides to him. But I think that's based on the guy, and it's the woman's job to figure that out.
But do you believe that you should choose your partner as they come, not to change them?
I'm sorry?
Do you believe that you should choose your partner as they come, not to change them?
No, actually, I think you do need to change them to a degree. I think a part of, and the reason why is because, so we live in this gynocentric society that's wired women to think a certain way that doesn't adhere to a good relationship dynamic, right? They're taught, you know, pursue a career, have sex with as many men as you want, be sexually liberated, behave like a man, be masculine, be obnoxious, challenge him. These are things that men are not attracted to, but most men are not honest with what they actually are attracted to because they get a lot of hate, as you guys can see right now, right? I'm saying these things that a lot of men think, but, you know, this is quite a bit of heckling here. So there's a reason why men don't speak up about this, because if they speak up about it, they're going to be labeled a misogynist, a sexist, an asshole. And a lot of guys think the way that I do, but they never actually express it out verbally. So,
I feel like a better strategy for supporting men to have better standards would be to ask, like, I don't know, not say women deserve less, but give them qualities to look out for.
But you're going to inevitably have to give them less to find those qualities, is my point.
Ooh-wee. And I love watching these videos because you see two dynamics. I feel. It's not about how you feel. This is what it is. So, for example, I know the statement is very, you know, very bold. He's telling her why women deserve less. And he's not necessarily saying that women actually deserve less. What he means by this is, if you're a man, stop putting the girl on a pedestal. Stop putting random females on a pedestal when they're not even worthy of your time or your energy, depending on what type of guy you are and what you're looking for, what your interests are. Now, after saying that, once you start giving people less, they have to earn their way around you. For example, let's say you're a successful VP director at a fucking firm, whatever the case may be. The people that you're going to have around you, they're going to have to be either on the same level as you, or still be on the same frequency, or even make the same income to be around you. It's going to be that simple. You're not going to stoop down. You're not going to stoop down. I'm not saying that the girl is, not on your level in a sense, but you're going to have to pick her brain and pick her mind to see how she think and how she act. That's what he mean.
I thought you said
In the vetting phase, when you're first seeing her, you're gonna have to give her less to be able to,
say the woman shows
her.
up with all these qualities. Say she shows up with feminism and quietness and a pursuit of societally feminine qualities. Like, if she already comes with all these great qualities, does that mean
So you mean
she
she's not a
wouldn't deserve
feminist?
less?
So you mean
Yeah.
she's not a feminist?
She can be a feminist, but also just adhere to more societally feminine roles.
Well, the problem with that is that if she's a feminist, that inherently means that she thinks she's equal to the man, and that's problematic.
That is a
I would say
that's a
that's
clash.
not quite the definite. Well, honestly, feminism.
Well, let me
is
ask you this:
pretty equal to
would it be
men.
fair to say that women want a man that's taller than them?
Societally, like, masculine
Yeah.
standards?
Like
I would
taller-
say if they're societally feminine.
No. Yeah. Okay.
So
would it be fair to say that women want a guy that makes more money than they do?
yes.
if they're
general.
societally traditional.
Yes.
In general, yeah. Would it be fair to
Yes.
say that
Yes.
a woman wants a guy that's stronger than her, that could protect her?
Yes.
If she's also traditional in beliefs.
Okay. So the reality is that women are looking for a superior. They're not looking for an inferior. And even the women that are the staunchest of feminists still want a man that's going to make more money than them, still be more competent than them. As a matter of fact, the more of a feminist she is and the more money she makes and the more status she has, the higher her demands actually go. So, women will sit there and say, oh, I want an equal partner. But when you look at her partner, a lot of times he's actually superior to her.
So you're
Correct.
saying in order for a woman to deserve something, she must just have these traditional qualities, and the man must also have these traditional qualities?
Well, here's the thing. Every man is different and looks for certain things. I think the thing is that he's got to kind of come in and understand this is how a lot of modern women are. If she has certain bad habits, you're going to have to deprogram that out and just go from there. Or some girls might not even be worth it. She has to obviously have potential. But if she doesn't have potential, then don't waste your time.
So a man, even if he's not these traditional masculine qualities, should still pursue a woman with all these traditional feminine qualities in order to fulfill his ego?
No, I think men need to rise to the occasion. If you want a submissive, traditional female, you need to be the dominant, assertive male, and you adhere to your duties. You can't demand a feminine woman while being a feminine man. It doesn't make sense.
So should
Correct.
I say
Correct.
men deserve less in order to encourage women to find men with less qualities in order to find a partner they're hoping to change?
Well, no, it's the reason why the women deserve less is because we have a simp problem. We have guys that are over here giving women a lot of attention and resources simply for the fact that they have a vagina. That's the problem. It's on the male side. With women, you guys kind of already have your pick of the litter, so I have to teach men this stuff, not necessarily women.
I see. So women are good at having good standards and men are not, and that's why we say women deserves less?
Well, typically men take whatever they can get. Women wait out for the best option that they can get. Men take, women want the best they can get. Men can take whatever they can get. So I'm trying to get guys to understand their value and only wife out women that are worthy, because a lot aren't.
So in order for a man to find a woman that's worthy, we have to convince all the women that they're not worthy.
No, the girl that he's dating, she needs to prove herself.
Yes, so
gotta
inherently
put her through her
believe that
paces.
she is not worthy on her own and must prove herself. Right?
Yes. Just
So-
like the man must
yeah.
prove himself to become attractive in the first place.
Correct. Because all these I'm trying to say this the right way. If you are a woman, you don't really necessarily have to make six figures and have a lot of stability and all these other things. Now, if I'm looking at a girl, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, oh, do you got your car? You got a crib? You know what I'm saying? What we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? If you're a man, you cannot just say, I don't want to be a provider. I don't want to be a strong man. I don't want to make a lot of money. I don't want to get my hair cut. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to be in shape. I don't want to brush my teeth. You're not going to find anybody. And if you do, it's going to be the bottom of the barrel. I'm talking about the bottom, the worst of the barrel. Okay? It's going to be the worst. The worst. Even if the girl look decent, she going to find somebody because us as men, we not necessarily as picky. Like Myron said, we going to take what we can get. So if you a 7 and you attracting 7s, you going to take the 7. That's what it is, because as a dude that you can't even bag a 10 because you're not even on a 10's level. Think about that. You can't even bag the 10 because you're not even right there. So you got to level up as a man. Every time you level up, you know what I'm saying, the better the girls look, or the finer they get. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? That's why athletes be dating supermodels. I mean, come on. It's that simple. It's that simple. Any dude with a lot of bread, he gonna be dating the top females, and they go from there. If you make $60,000 a year, you gonna be dating girls that's around that range or a little bit lower. If you're making $1 million a year, you're gonna be dating girls who's around $1 million dudes. It's that simple.
I mean, I think both sides of the relationship need to prove themselves.
But here's the difference. We don't tell that enough to women. That's the issue.
I think it's because
we tell women that they're perfect just the way that they are, and that's a lie. We tell men all the time, you need to rise to the occasion. We got standards on men, but we don't put standards on women. No matter how rude, crass, obnoxious they are, how fat they are, we don't give them any standards.
And I feel like that's mainly because women in society...
We don't tell men love your curves. We tell women that. We don't tell women to do the right thing. We do what's right for you. We tell men do the right thing. Women do what's right for you.
Be a
so
gentleman.
we don't really have societal boundaries on females. And if a man does express societal boundaries...
Who's guiding the societal statements? It's men. It's men not supporting men.
Well, that's why I'm here. Tell them the truth.
So let's exclude women and focus on men supporting men.
That's what I'm doing. But for them to understand this stuff, I have to talk about, obviously, this obstacle that's in a way that messes a lot of them up. Because they might go ahead and make money, become successful, but they can't figure out women.
Well, I think a lot of times they can find success without women, and it might even be a faster route.
Success in what regard, though? If they want to have a family, they're going to need a female.
I feel like they should find success before finding the female.
I agree with you on that.
And then they'll find a female that's also successful.
Well, I mean, every guy's different, but men typically don't care about a woman's success.
Okay, but successful for you would mean a traditional feminine trait.
Yeah.
So if he
But it
has
seemed to me like you meant to end the way where, like, academic achievement or monetary, because you come...
No,
okay.
well, yeah, I'm sorry. I just meant considering
Men typically don't
your
care about a
version of
woman's...
a woman's success is that.
In general, typically most guys don't care about a woman's ability to create resources.
I mean,
Men don't care about
traditionally, in society.
I mean, in general. Like, guys don't care about how much money a woman makes or her career.
I would argue that's more of a society evolutionary thing than...
What is she talking about? Is she trolling? Is she trolling me? What is you? It's like she giving rhetorical answers and rhetorical questions just for the interview. Like, we know what the deal is. Like, stop capping. This video done gave me a headache, yo. So
biological, but...
Yeah.